The national debt of Ukraine may reach 90% of GDP in 2023. Can men of conscription age be returned to Ukraine from abroad? Ukraine should prepare for a second war with Russia, which will happen around 2027. Hello guys, my name is Alex, this is my vlog about life in Ukraine, and today I will tell you how Ukrainian media prepare the society to the end of the war. Regular viewers of my channel already know that I'm fond of psychology. I like to analyze people's reactions to events that happen in our country, and especially to events that happen only inside their heads, that is, to propaganda and manipulation. And what I'm currently observing in this area makes me very excited. I see the new trends in both media and the statements of our authorities that look like the preparation of Ukrainian society to the end of the war. In this video, I'll try to show you these trends. Before we start, I'd like to mention that this video is nothing more than my own interpretation of the situation, so don't take it too seriously. Like most of the experts that you see in the media, I'm not an expert, but unlike them, I'm not trying to convince you of anything. So, the first new trend that I currently observe in Ukrainian media is a discussion of the problems that Ukraine will face after the war. Since the beginning of the war, the only publicly discussed version of Ukrainian future was just great. I have probably described it in one of my previous videos. Ukraine returns all its territories as for 1991. It becomes a member of the EU. It becomes a member of NATO. Russia pays reparations or maybe even contributions to Ukraine. And this is only the minimum package. But at the beginning of 2023, something has changed. Look, the decision will not be quick. Ukraine's accession to NATO and the EU is possible after the war. German defense minister said so, and it's completely unbelievable because he speaks as if the case isn't settled yet. Or this one. The national debt of Ukraine may reach 90% of GDP in 2023. Will Ukraine incur such obligations? I read the article. The answer is yes, if some of these debts are forgiven or compensated by someone else. Catastrophic decline in the birth rate. How the population will change in Ukraine after the war. This is, by the way, the most trustworthy TV channel in the country. Vladimir Zelensky worked there before becoming a president. So if we don't trust them, who can we trust at all? The mine in Ukraine after the war may take more than a decade. A British intelligence service. Only half a year ago, such news had less than zero chance to slip into Ukrainian media. In my opinion, the fact that the media started talking about the consequences of the war, as if this war takes place in the real world and not in a fairy tale, indicates that these consequences, as well as the end of the war, are imminent. The second new trend that I see in Ukrainian media is attempting to scare the most radical part of the society, people who call for fighting to the bitter end, by their direct participation in this fighting in order to make them less radical. For example, can men of conscription age be returned to Ukraine from abroad? In January 2023, the Cabinet of Ministers of Ukraine authorized the Ukrainian embassies around the world to keep military records of citizens. Ukrainian men living abroad interpreted this as preparation for their repatriation and subsequent mobilization. Ukrainians living abroad are probably the most radical part of Ukrainian society. Since the war can barely affect them personally, they demand victory at any cost. Or this one. summonses can be sent through DIA. The Council explained what is needed for this. DIA is an Ukrainian e-government application. A few days after the launch of electronic summonses in Russia, the Ukraine president's representative in the Supreme Council said that Ukrainian government currently doesn't have technical ability to send out summonses online, but may resort to it in the future. Among other things, this app is used to conduct opinion polls, so all socially active people have this app installed on their phones. At least that's how it was before this news. Mobilization in Ukraine, who can be renewed on military registration and drafted into the army. This article is a gentle reminder that all men of conscription age in Ukraine can be mobilized regardless of their military record, so that people with no military background or people with disabilities don't feel safe from mobilization. As I said, in my opinion, the main purpose of these publications is to convince as many people as possible that they or their relatives can be personally affected by the war and make these people more flexible about the terms of peace. And as a bonus, the publication that actually inspired me to create this video, Alexei Arestovich, the most popular political blogger in the country, a person who literally supplies millions of people with their own opinions about their own lives, he said that Ukraine should prepare for a second war with Russia, which will happen around 2027. In my opinion, this is the most transparent message possible. If our leaders are already talking about a second war, they are definitely planning to end the first one. So who knows, maybe in just a few months we will get back to our normal lifestyle or what is left of it. At least I hope so. That's it for today, guys. Write in the comments what do you think about my little analysis. Does it make sense to you? Share this video with your friends, it really helps in developing my channel. And as usually, like, subscribe, and have a nice day.